Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is actually the place that I make all my teasers and some of the stuff that I use for fishing. Like most of you guys are following me on my channel. They know that I make all my bucktails and my teasers. And I'm gonna respond in a couple of things actually, comments that people they haven't leave me on Facebook. I'm gonna go to right now my Facebook page and share with you guys some of the things that actually people have been asking me about gear. Like one of the things, one of the comments actually it came around as like thanks Ron for the comment. When he tells me I think you need the sharpie hooks. The reason why sometimes I lose the fish is because I don't have the barbs on my hooks. Most of the time my barbs are off, and that's when I lose the fish. And some of the guys asked me for directions and the address when I'm fishing and stuff like that. Most of the times when I'm for the years that I've been around fishing in the South Shore, actually I been putting notes in my phone and my iPad and when I'm out and when I'm fishing, and that's how I'll be able to become familiar with the area that I'm fishing. Now, let me I have it. I have more comments in here. Let me see. Another comment there was another comment that came in YouTube actually came out as for Robert. Thanks for the comment. When it says a very cool action. Thanks for sharing the bay and the South Shore Island. Thank you for your comment. I mean, most of the times when I'm doing these videos, I'm doing these videos for you guys with. I want to show you guys. I want to share some of the stuff that I do. When I'm actually fishing, I mean, sometimes it's kind of hard to keep in track and put every comment out. And thank you for every single one to be part of this channel in 2021 fishing adventures. Most of you guys actually have been asking me about fishing gear and stuff like that. And this is actually a couple of the reels that I use. This is a pen bottle that I think this pen bottle I have it for quite a bit of time. And this is what I use sometimes when I do black fishing on some light tackle. This is one of the rods that I use. And like you guys see in this video, this is actually the place that actually it's either I fix my bucktails or I make my bucktails. And I make my teasers and I fix my poppers and stuff like that. Some of the stuff that I have right here. And also, I'm going to continue reading the comments that goes around YouTube that I haven't been able to respond to every one of you guys. Now, this is for somebody actually sending me, says, great season, thanks for sharing. I would appreciate every single one of you guys. If all the videos that I'm doing all for you guys, where you guys can actually watch and get the latest updates in the South Shore and see what actually has been going on. And most of the time when I'm come out and doing these videos, people ask me, says, how late is your videos? My videos is actually not that late because most of the time it's either I'm out filming or sometimes I do it a date. Now, for some people that actually been asking me, this is a question about, this is actually a comment in person. This is one of the a girl that she started learning how to fish, and one of the questions she asked me in person was this she was, I think, like that she's telling me in here like fishing on the jetty, it is dangerous. Well, fishing in the jetty is kind of dangerous because sometimes when you don't have the proper gear, even having the proper gear, fishing in the jetty is kind of dangerous if you really don't know the area. And most of the time when I'm fishing in the jetty, most of my videos you guys see that I have a friend of mine or someone that's close to me, because there's a lot of incidents happening in the jetty. Like I had a couple of friends, they got really hurt, My good friend Bruce got a hurt in the jetty. My good friend Fred got a hurt in the jetty, and Dennis got a hurt in the jetty fishing. Sometimes the way I look at it is like sometimes it's not worth the risk it for the fish. I know sometimes the fish is biting in crazy weather. Most of it, some of my videos actually is being filmed when you guys probably see heavy current and waves coming up over the rocks. And even being prepared, even being fishing for so many years, I've been down many times on those rocks. And last year I wasn't be able to fish for quite a bit of time because I fell down I fell down when I was fishing. The wave came up and took me down, and I hurt my elbow. And I'm still not 100% of my elbow. I'm still taking my time and recouping from my elbow. But I wanted to come out and continue doing these videos and share you guys stories about fishing. And another comment that actually came in person was, thank you for the person actually, he recognized my voice in Walmart, and he came out to me and he asked me about fishing in the beach and what kind of gear that they should use in some of the areas like a back bay and stuff like that. Most of the time when I'm fishing in shallow water, I'm trying to go light. It's either ounce and 3/4 bucktails or spin minnows or very light tackle, because you're not actually fishing in current. You're actually fishing in the back bay, and sometimes you want to keep it light because you don't want to be touching the ground. And sometimes fishing will come close without even we wouldn't even think about it. Now I have another question in here. Which is like, I have the same setup. Nice fishing. Thanks for the that's for Brick. Thanks for sharing the comment. Now, one of the things that actually people ask me about my gear. Now, I mean, I have friends that actually use expensive gear. They have a very expensive setups, and they catch the same amount of fish that I do. And I don't think for me it's necessary to have an expensive gear, because I think I can do the same amount of fishing having the gear that I have. I own a couple band tools and I own several divers, and I think I'm very comfortable using the gear that I have. Like some of the this is one of the things that actually someone asked me when I was fishing in the beach, when they saw me fishing with it Tusami Trophium 2. They asked me about that rod is not expensive, but you can whip the rod really good, and especially using Nespin minnow. Technically, for the years that I've been fishing, the tsunami rods, they're very good. I own probably 4 or 5, and sort of some of my friends actually started using the past couple of years, and they fall in love with the rods. And I think Tsunami makes a really good product. They're not a sponsor in this video, but they really make good product. I never had an issue with them. Every time that I'm out fishing, I can just pick it up bluefish and stripers in the rocks. Sometimes when I'm by myself, and sometimes when I have company, they're right wherever to take it. And I never had an issue. Now, some of the guys ask me, how come you don't use your bass tail when you're fishing in the jetty? One of my videos that I present earlier season, I mentioned that it's not necessary for me to use a bass tail when you're fishing in the jetty, because bass tail is a really good reel. The reason why I don't use them in the jetty is because I don't find it necessary, because bass tail is a good reel. It is meant to take a strong weather, like fishing in the sand, fishing in the beach. You have waves coming out with sand, and sometimes your regular reel cannot take that. You know, if the bass tail actually takes it, and believe me, not bass tail can take pretty much anything. Whether it's in the jetty, whether it's in the beach. You know what I mean? Like, all depends how people likes it. You know, my person, I don't find necessary using that in the jetty. Now, yeah, because I have a whole bunch of people asking me questions. Forgive me if I'm missing you in your comments, because I haven't read it pretty much in a pretty long time. Now I have a comment for another person, which is like, I am only 15, but I love fishing, but there's no one to take me. Okay, now it's kind of good to know, me, that when you're on your early age, sometimes, when we have a teenagers sometimes they're into different stuff and they love fishing. It's great to comment that says I'm 15 years old and I love fishing if I have nobody to take me. I don't do guiding, and sometimes taking a young person with me, and it's kind of a different level for me, because it's a lot of responsibility for me to have a teenager fishing on my own side, because sometimes the weather can change within no time, and having a young boy fishing on my side. You guys seen my early videos, have my own brother working with me, fishing with me. And even when I have my young brother working with me fishing on my own side, sometimes I have to be careful, because you don't want something serious happen to you, something to a person that's on your low side, even when you have like good experience fishing. For somebody that says it's way too fast retrieving, and sometimes the way it looks in the camera that I'm doing fast, but I'm really not doing fast. It's just for some reason the camera presents like I'm doing really fast, and sometimes I'm not really fast, and sometimes I'm trying to avoid it. Like when I'm retrieving the line, sometimes I have people around me, and I don't want to get tangled with the lines, because sometimes other people get frustrated. But thanks for the comment. Another comment that is in here: how did I get the permit to drive in the beach? Now, most of the times you see that you have to look to the county parks or to whatever area that you fish and see what kind of permits they have available, because there's all type of different permits. Depends where you want to go and what beaches do you want to enter. And my best advice is see where you live and see what kind of permits you want to have, because I really don't have an answer for that. The permits that I have, it just depends on the area that I want to go. And for the years that I've been fishing, I know where to go. Now, another comment in here for Raymond. Thanks, Raymond, for the comment. And same thing he asked me. It says like, you should talk about a little more about your fishing setup, tools, awesome video. Thanks for the comment. And going back to my setups. Now, most of you guys know that I have a few setups. And this year, I think probably you guys see me using less and less my airway, because actually I would start using tsunami troffiums. Now I own 3 troffiums. I own a 10 and I own an 11, and I own 2 10s and 11. Now one of the questions someone asked me at the beach: which trophy do you use when you're on the beach? I use a 10, and the 10 foot that I use is Hefty 2 light action, and I can whip it and I can cast the Spimino diamond jig. And now I don't use heavy diamond jigs, or I don't use heavy plugs. I'm trying to use light, and that's what actually this Tusami Trophium 2 Hefty 2 ounces works really great. I can cast pretty hard in the Spimino or diamond jig 17, which is actually really great. Now, all these videos that I'm doing for you guys, I'm just trying to show you guys where I go and what kind of benches that I'm doing. And sometimes it's kind of tough for me, because I'm not really a camera guy. And one of the guys asked me if I do YouTube for living. YouTube is not for living. YouTube is for me to share with you guys pretty much what I like doing. YouTube is a place that actually I can show you guys where I go, what kind of fishing is in the area, and that's what I love to do it. I'm sharing with you guys pretty much every single time that I'm out and surf. Sometimes I catch fish, sometimes I don't catch fish, and sometimes people ask me, says, how come you don't? Some of the people that have a YouTube, they only like posting when they catch a big fish. I think my channel is not about how big is the fish I'm catching. It's how much I enjoy coming out and having a good time in the water. If you're catching 40-pound bass, if you're catching 3-pound bass, if you're catching 20-pound bluefish, you can half a pound bluefish. I think for me, the most important part is being in the place and having fun. And like early season, I had a lot of fun with some great people. Probably you guys see the video early season. I had a really great time. And during the season go on, I didn't get to see them anymore. These people that I met early, Mike and the other guys that I met them early season. I didn't get to see them during the striper season because I was traveling. I was going to different places. And most of you guys know I was up in Pulaski learning a little more by fishing in Pulaski. Now, one of the comments that came through YouTube about Pulaski, some Adrian asked me about, can you talk to me a little about what kind of fish is in Pulaski? Pulaski, New York is a river and salmon. Now, most of you guys, if you want to take a trip to Pulaski, I would recommend you go down there and whatever you need, I think you're gonna find them in the place. And whatever coaching you need, I think people is pretty friendly down there, and they will actually teach you how to hook up the fish. I went to Pulaski with an experience, and I still have it. I'm still new at Pulaski, and I think is a great place to learn how to do freshwater fishing. Now, this river runs king salmon, coho, steelhead, and brown trout. Great river to fish. Most of you guys, so many people enjoy doing fresh water as well. I'm new in fresh water. I did it a couple times in the lakes in New York, and I didn't really film. Maybe did it like a small video, and that was it. But I hope 2022 I'm able to do a full video on Pulaski fishing for king salmon. Coming through, you know, I mean, most of it is videos I'm gonna be doing for all of you guys. And this is all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy my videos. If you guys continue watching my videos, you guys probably see going that I have more stuff coming up. Thanks for being part of this channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being my subscribers, and I'm hoping to see you guys again. And I see you guys at the next video. If you guys haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please go tune into the channel, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification. This way you know when I post my next video. I see you guys at the next video. Alright. Fish on. Fresh gaze on the chicken scratch. Pretty big fish too. Hope I don't lose it. Oh, love this. Alright. Another big size fish. Coming down. He's coming down. These guys don't want to get released. Alright, I'm gonna have to do the other way. Alright, got him out. There you go. Let's bring it back to the water. Hold on. Alright. Let's see. This is another. Fish on. That's a fish right there. Fish on. Nice size bass too. Wow, another keeper. Oh, freaking manic too. Alright, Operation C. Let's get this guy on the hook. You guys see the tides moving now. Hey. I don't like fighting with seagulls. Alright. He's kind of mad at me. Alright, let's put him back. Alright. Time his way home. Let's see if I get another one. Alright, I get a pollard. Let's see. I don't know what it is. I'm getting hit like every single second. It's about the nice state on. I don't know. My hooks are not sharp enough. But let's see if we can travel. Let me switch colors. Looks like I'm okay. What the heck? This is like we're getting this one too.